All right. It's another time. Another time, another place, another day for trading. Good morning, good morning. Okay, so we have ASNS holding up decently here. Could be the backside from this pullback though. High volume on this push down. This one also kind of made a move on the 5 minute. You can see it kind of popped here. But yeah, not really breaking out in the immediate. Volume's quite low here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, ASNS kind of rolled over. I mean, it could still recover. This doesn't look good on the 5 minute though, right? This just looks like a massive topping tail. High volume. So a little bit of a red flag with that. Not super inclined to touch it. Red X had a major sell-off. Looking to see if there's dilution or something. Okay, hold on. There is something wrong with my streaming software. I'm not seeing anybody's messages. Okay, I think it's good now. Yeah, I see good morning. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see 3 good mornings. All right, I think I'm good there now. CYN, we got a pop on this one. Do have news at the top of the hour. Daily chart looks horrendous. Yeah, the stock just has been selling off like crazy for the last year. Okay, what was the news? Secures additional autonomous vehicle deployment. Good morning, Peter. Good morning, good morning. It's another day. Maybe I'll take more than 1 trade today. You never know. I could take 2 today. I'm trying that arcane monitor as well. I gotta admit, I find it slightly frustrating me. Like it's just, I don't know. It feels like it's a little bit too much. I'll give it a try for today though. See how I like it. Good morning, John. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so this is holding decently. Volume is somewhat high. Looks like the floats on this is pretty low too. The only issue is this is clearly just a death spiral stock, right? So I would assume there's high dilution pressure. Right, spread is extremely thin. Up to 80 and then just kind of hit a wall there. Yeah, so despite it looking like a thinly traded stock, right around this 80 level, there's actually huge contention on the level 2. Very interesting too, because that's the 1 minute break. So curious how this will resolve here. Okay, so it ended up breaking and moving 10 cents. Into an immediate flush back down. I don't know. I'm looking at the level 2, and it looks like there's someone on the ask here. It feels like there's a hidden seller. There was a hidden seller at 380s. Buying pressure came through. Price broke up to 15 cents above, and during the same candle flushed back below. ASNS did end up curling back. It's very choppy, right? It just kind of surged back from 2 to 250, then all the way back down. You swear you've seen this news catalyst before? They all blur together eventually, you know? Eventually, you just can't ever tell the difference anymore. Good morning, Telemann. Good morning, good morning. WATT also popping here. Very light volume on this gap up. I mean, the news looks fine. Daily chart doesn't look too good. Good morning, market taker. Maybe I'm just twigging. I felt like CYN had a big seller at 380s, but it might just go. I mean, we're getting high volume on this breakout. ASNS, huge pullback. I mean, we're just kind of seeing these big drawdowns from this. Yeah, I mean, it's moving. I guess I was just wrong. I genuinely thought that there was a big seller here. Good morning, Skevon. Skevon. It's quite a unique name. I have trouble pronouncing it. Skevon, I think that's probably how you say it. It looks like I was just wrong on this. I genuinely thought this wasn't going to break out like this. The only way I'll still say I was right is if it immediately fails here and just goes all the way back. But otherwise, I'm just wrong. What? Very big drops in recoveries, right? 619 down to 550, fully recovered. Drops all the way back down to 550s, fully recovered. See, this is ranging like 50 cents. That is correct. Awesome. Very cool. Okay. All right. Maybe I was right. I mean, that's a pretty big pullback. Maybe there's still a chance I was right. There's still a chance. No, I wouldn't really say there was a hidden seller unless it pulls all the way back from here. This could just be the start of a curl. So yeah, for me, Watt and CYN are the two big ones I'm looking at. Yeah, CYN really feels like there was a hidden seller. So this is light volume on this breakdown though. The issue is if there was a hidden seller here and they wanted this to pop before hitting it, this might see more volume come in. Took the quick break of $4, only got 6 cents a share until I saw the big seller at $4.19. Oh, okay, so there was a big seller there. So, yeah, again, when it first had this 1 minute high test, there was a suspiciously high amount of orders getting filled here, and the level 2 was just, there was nothing. And then the orders got pulled, the price spiked up, and then immediately flushed back down. So I'm thinking, okay, this is rolling over, there's a hidden seller, it's done. And then just to see this squeeze on higher volume, I assumed I was just wrong. So to see this very hard rejection, I'm really just what I'm wondering is there actually a big seller here? Because there was clearly someone selling significantly at 480. And I'm afraid to buy a dip because if there is a big seller and this was a fake out to make people go long, they could push it all the way back. So I'm afraid to touch it. ASNS, really struggling here. Yeah, I mean, 250 all the way down to 190. Really getting beaten up. Yeah, level 2 still looks a bit thick. I'll go ahead and go long here. That seemed like a last-ditch effort to push down. Good morning, Dangan. Good morning, sir. Yeah, there's still a big seller at 85. My entry was good, but I'm not sure if it's good enough here. Yeah, we're still seeing a big order on the level 2. ACI really pumping here. Real quick, just to swap back to CYN, it looks like I was actually correct. So there was indeed a hidden seller here. Yeah, AZI, absolutely crazy move on that. Right, 150. Basically went up 100% in a few minutes. That's crazy. Is this really just fully retracing? I thought with this descending volume there was a chance of a curl. Doesn't look like it. Unfortunately, this is going to have to be a damage control trade. I didn't time the bottom good enough, regardless. Bottom was 73. The China stock, it figures. I mean, it's moving. It's moving well. Alright, I'm going to cut this trade. It's showing too much weakness for me. So, this one does have a news catalyst, signing approximately 980 million memorandum of intent of sales. I mean, it sounds good on the surface. Chinese stock, major red flag. Looks like we had a reverse split very recently. Reverse split that sold off pretty hard, too. ASNS did end up recovering, too. Unlucky how that works. But too much weakness. Had to get out of it. While I'm waiting on a setup, go ahead and plug this in. Honestly, it wasn't the greatest quality. A bit of volume on that backside. So we're having a huge pullback here. 280 to this. Volume's still kind of high too. Yeah, if the volume was lower on this pullback, I'd be more interested in taking a trade here. I'm just really worried this is a pump and dump. Chinese doesn't help it either. Good morning, Benjamin. Starting a bit in the red for me today. Looks like a big seller at 230. Something like a 30 or 40,000 share seller. Yeah, the big seller's still there. Yeah, it still doesn't look safe. The only solution here would be a very high volume green candle. It'd be the only way this stays bullish. And we are getting it. High volume green candle. Get the size down here. Good morning, Flip Flop. I'm actually gonna take a stab here. Quarter size. Yeah, it's a bit tough actually. So I got in because I saw a 25,000 share buyer, but they got wiped out really quickly. I was hoping for a quick recovery of the 50 cent. Yeah, very high volume red here too. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut this. This being a high volume red candle, don't like to see that. I was really hoping for us to hold 50 and then go straight up to highs. Not liking these wicks on the 5-minute chart for AZI. Yeah, I mean, you got a very high upper wick on the first one. It's still holding decently, but just... I don't know, seeing this big volume red candle. This is twice, though. I'm 2 for 2 where I got stopped out near the bottom. Right, on ASNS it did end up bouncing. I was 2 cents from the bottom of that. And I was 3 cents from the bottom of this. See, I'm getting shaken out a little bit here. I'm kind of hoping this rolls over just because this one's already punished me. Need to see that swing candle. ACI cannot be bought on Thinkorswim. Half the small cap stocks can't be bought on Thinkorswim, if I'm being honest. This is becoming more and more of a theme. Eventually, they're just going to forbid any kind of small cap trading. Man, did I or did I not call out CYN though? Right? I called out the rug pull. I thought I was wrong because of this spike, but it turns out I was right and this was just a trap. So it looks like I was right on the rug pull call, even though it didn't look like it initially. But yeah, 0-2 for me. Coming up on the half hour, so we might have new news coming out here. I will say, even though I got shaken out, I am liking at least that this is holding up in this upper half. Right, this hasn't rolled over and we're still ascending. So we got that going for us. This pattern doesn't seem actually that terrible. Only buy if flip-flop doesn't like it as a short. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, flip-flop probably shorts anything, as long as it's not strong news. Which is, I mean, realistically the right idea. As soon as I get enough to leave Thinkorswim, I'm gone. Pulled the trigger twice yesterday on a ticker that I couldn't buy. Yeah, no, it's frustrating, right? You spend all that time and then you just feel like such a betrayal when you can't actually pull the trigger. You feel like you just wasted your time. I think Thinkorswim is really posturing themselves to be anti-day trader. All these things they're doing. It seems like they just don't want day traders on their platform. Yeah, you've got this very clear wedge pattern building. Webull lets you trade anything. Yeah, I would say Webull's probably one of the best free day traders out there right now. Like, after I do Lightspeed, I might try Webull out just to see how that works for day trading. DFL, I got completely smoked. Yeesh. Look at that. Look at that. Rough. Okay, we're kind of curling here. Yeah, it's quarter size. It'd be frustrating to buy in here to have it break down again, because I bought in here for this break and got rolled over. Thing is, too, there could be news that comes out. Right, we're at the half hour. Don't see anything, though. Chuckley, aka Schwab, does not want day traders. It does not make money. Investors and options traders, yeah. Yeah, that's really what it wants. It wants the nice revenue without having to give money to day traders. Looks like CPAC's moving. Yeah, there's clearly a seller here. The question is, are we going to actually curl and break out? We've been pushing at this 40 level for a while. Good morning, sir. Yeah, it's significant pressure. A lot of these setups just aren't clean today. We're not seeing clean breakouts. Huge seller on level 2. It didn't look that big to me, but there's like a 20,000 share seller that was laddering it down there. Gotta keep in mind too, this is a Chinese stock. Yeah, they're still laddering it down. Yeah, sell orders bigger now. Now it's like 40,000. Seeing some 20,000 share buy orders on the bid. What do I use for news providers? I think this is Bazinga from Lightspeed, or not Lightspeed, from Thinkorswim. I'm using that. There's very weird price action on this one. Level 2 is basically non-existent. It's a higher float, though. Yeah, it's free. Alright, LY breaking out. Higher volume. We're up, getting near this resistance level. Increased volume is ideal. Float's a little high. Yeah, you can kind of see this has been going a lot of sideways action. This one might just have too high of a float. Honestly, I feel like I'm just gonna get rid of Arcane. Like, I'm not really liking... I mean, I've tried it for a little bit now. Looks like they're having some sort of problem even now. I'm just not liking it as much. I think I like Zendu more. It's a lot more clear. Gave it a try for like 40 minutes. But yeah, as for this, I mean, it's still holding at a relative level. Not nice to see that we had big selling coming through here. I wouldn't call it dead yet, but it's on its back legs. He's updating something. Yeah. $63 views. Really are in the big leagues now. I mean, wouldn't call it that. Still growing. I actually do have some more ideas coming soon here. I was working on a video last night. Probably put about 6 hours into it. I'm looking to upload it either today or tomorrow. Basically, I went ahead and programmed a bunch of bots using Python and ran some tests with that. So look forward to seeing that on the channel soon. I got like 10,000 bots. Hi, what broker are you using? So I'm using Lightspeed over here for the executions, and I'm using the charting like this from Thinkorswim. So I'm using kind of like a dual mix right now. Yes, don't forget to hit the like button. I still can't see the likes, by the way. They're just non-existent for me. They don't exist anymore. Can't see them. But yes, if you're enjoying the stream, please do leave a like. I am losing money for you guys right now. As transparent as I can be without being too transparent. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Pierre. Good morning. We're up to 63 viewers. That's, I mean, concurrent viewers. That's something. You see 24 likes? It's not bad. Not bad at all. Market is so dead today. No trade day for me. Yeah, I mean, I only took one trade yesterday. Today we had CYN, which was a rug pull. I called it out around here that it looked like a rug. Thought I was wrong, but then I turned out I was just delayed correct. ASNS, I tried trading this one on the backside. I ended up bailing. Where did I bail? I bailed around here. So I ended up missing this bounce, which is what I was aiming for. But I saw too much weakness, and this looks like it is rolling over. It didn't even actually hit the target profit, because I was aiming for 91. So, it wasn't even going to hit profit anyway. It's at 31 likes now. That's crazy, man. You know, it could be more than that. It could be 32 if another person hit the like button. So, CPAC still moving. But super, super light volume. Not sure how much I really trust it. Huge range on it too, right? $9 to $10. This is a stock that could do, like, it's already had a history of doing a massive rug on 10,000 shares. You see 15, you see 7. Having a lot of people all over the place with what they're seeing for likes. I mean, if someone says they're seeing 29, I would assume that there's at least 29. Like you're saying 36. Geez, 36 really? That's actually really high. Yeah, I don't know. It could just be a refresh thing too. I'm curious if you would refresh, if this would do something. I don't know what to do with this stock. The problem is it's at $9, but if you look at the daily, we're way up here on the daily. Like, I don't know if I would really trust this to hold here. I'm afraid that this thing could, I mean, it could drop. And we've already seen history that this does have huge swings. Refresh got 38. You're refreshing yours? Yeah. It might just be a refresh thing. My God, poor DeFi. Absolutely smoked. Anyone who tried to buy here with the bounce got burned. It's too cheap for me, but interesting. Where am I from? I'm from Pennsylvania, United States. Yep, refresh got 38. Yeah, so it's probably around the high 30s. It looks like that. I'll be honest. I gotta thank you guys. That is an extremely high like count. 40. Let's hit 50. There's no way we're hitting 50, dude. That's asking too much. There's no way. We have 60 some people watching. We can't get 60 likes. There's no way. 10 more to 50. Yeah. Lucky you. I wish I could be in the US. Paper guy A. $41 now. Skip trading today. Let's concentrate on likes now. I mean, it feels like that's the reality. But no, I'll go ahead. I put it on the Discord already. But just wanted to ask you guys in chat here, what would you want to see as more content from me? Because I've been talking with this for a couple people, and I feel like while my channel, it's great for the live streaming and kind of creating this journal style channel, I feel like it's really lacking kind of originality in the sense of just like extra things here and there to talk about. Like I would sometimes make a one-off video like once every week or every other week. Just about random topics like float, but I mean, and I'm working on this video right now for the bot idea, but if there's anything you guys specifically want to see, let me know, and I'll make note of it. Heck, we could even talk about my strategy I used today to lose $11 if we wanted to. But you can't because of your criminal record. Ooh, what did you do? You would like a video on tape reading. Got it. Can you make an interview with Ross? Oh god, bruh. Oh jeez, there's no way. I'm way too tiny for that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and write it down here. Review tape reading. Yeah, dude, there's really just like nothing moving. ACI is still kind of on the backside. After that big selling pressure, I don't really trust it. How did I get started trading and when? So I started trading around 7 years ago. Mostly investing. Did that for a couple years. Then I got into swing trading and day trading. Lost a fuck ton of money. Learned about options, lost money with options, and did futures as well. So I did futures for like a year. Eventually settled on small caps. I've been on small caps for about 3 years now. First year I was unprofitable. Second 2 years I was. I tried Ross's system. Honestly, didn't really like it. It didn't help me get profitable. I do still use some of Ross's teachings, but I've really had to kind of find my own way. A lot of stupid things when you're younger. I mean, I get it. We all do those kind of things. Maybe if you have insight on how to spot a possible runner. I tend not to let runners run. What you look for in possible rug pulls. So rug pulls are definitely easier to spot than runners. The problem is everything right now looks like a rug pull, which is just simply, I mean, I can use CYN. So this is from this morning. So when we were here, we were seeing this 1 minute candle to make a new high, right? Typical thing to look for. And there was a huge seller at 380 and it was a hidden order because I was looking at the level 2. I saw that buy orders were going through. So people were buying, but the price was not going up. So that was already a red flag. We saw decent volume too, right? Like 40,000 of volume here. Didn't go higher. So I'm thinking, okay, looks like a hidden seller. So whenever I saw we made the high and we immediately flushed back down, I'm like, okay, hidden seller, immediately pushed it down. We're over. And here's where I called it out. I said, hey, here's the rug pull. This is where it's rugging. And then it actually went higher. So I was like, oh, okay. And I even said it. I said, I guess I'm wrong. I thought there was a hidden seller here, and maybe there was, but it went higher, so I guess I'm wrong. But then this happened. So I was right that there was a hidden seller. I was just wrong on where they would flush. And that can be the difficult thing too, because if you're looking to sell a bunch, you want to try and get the best price. So you don't necessarily just want to hammer it as soon as the price goes up. So they let the price break out before they hammered it. With your bots, what news provider you use in Python? So it was more like a simulation. Basically, I created a sim environment. I wasn't actually using News Catalyst and stuff. I'll go over it in more detail from the video, but basically it's just I gave bots styles to trade, and I wanted to compare them, and I was really trying to make the argument against the psychology aspect of trading, because I think the psychology aspect is very overhyped, overrated. I think it's more important to focus on just actually identifying an edge in the market, because the market has negative EV, expected value, right? You're dealing with commissions, you're dealing with slippage, you're dealing with spreads, you're dealing with exchange fees, you're dealing with software fees, dealing with all these fees. And that adds to negative EV. So if you're just buying and selling at a random point and random price, no strategy, you statistically will lose money because it is a negative EV environment. The same thing as with gambling in the casino. You put it all on red, right? You have a statistical disadvantage. That's more of what I was looking to explore. But yeah, hopefully that'll come out today. I made a PowerPoint for it as well. It's like an 18-page PowerPoint right now. It's not done yet. But yeah, I worked on it for like six or 7 hours yesterday. I was really having fun with it, just kind of messing around with the bots. I think a video with backtests might be beneficial for everyone's wallet. Yeah, very true. You feel like you found a glitch in the market that never fails? Well, it wouldn't be a glitch then. I would just call it an inefficiency, right? That's what an edge is. It's an inefficiency in the market. If you found something that you can make money from consistently, then more power to you. You found an edge that other people haven't identified. Keep it hidden. Keep it yours. But it's a combination of a checklist that has to be ticked off for it to work. Well, yeah, I mean, that's anything, right? You need a proper setup. Football, please share. Well, I mean, he can't really share that. That's the problem. If it's an inefficiency, if you tell people what your strategy is, and it's something that everybody can employ, then the inefficiency goes away, right? I'm just talking logically, right? If it's something that is easily adaptable, and that's kind of why I'm able to like publicly share mine, is because mine isn't very easily adaptable. Please share. I mean, it doesn't look that good today, right? I'm down $11. But I mean, what was it? Last week I made like 50 net profit after commissions. The week before that I made like $70 net profit after commissions. Currently this week I'm up like what? Probably like $10. I'm currently up $10 on the week or something like that. I thought we were all friends. Come on. I mean, you're watching me. You can literally kind of reverse engineer what I'm doing if you really want to that badly. But I would really honestly say this is more of a community for other people and all of you guys to just kind of like talk and discuss trading concepts and ideas. It's not necessarily about just trying to trade what I trade, right? My style isn't your style. You probably have a better way or a different way of doing things than I would. So I think it's important to play into that. Like even with Ross, like Ross's style, trading on the front side with extreme aggression, you got to be built a certain kind of way to do that. There is literally nothing moving right now. This is abysmally slow. Ross is more like gambling, you feel? I mean, I don't think it's gambling. I think there's reasons why he makes money. But yeah. He has his edge. He has something he does to get an edge, so more power to him. I wouldn't call what he's doing gambling. You'd say it's around... You'll just say, oh, you're giving little hints. You'll just say it's around half and whole dollars. And volume has to be good. Volume has to be good with Ross 5 pillars of stock selection. But news usually a necessity. You understand Ross's strategy fully. Well, I mean, I took his course, so I'd like to say I know his strategy well, too. The only time I'll really want to aggressively trade the front side of a move is in a hot market, and we're just not in a hot market right now. VBIX kind of moving here. We're getting some volume inflow. We actually do have news 5 minutes before the hour. It looks like an acquisition. Okay, 10 million shares. Maybe. $22K seller at 180. Yeah, sounds about right. 22 is a very high amount too, considering the volume right now. Oh, I hit 50 likes. That's awesome. Something to celebrate on a slow day. Yeah. All right, you said there's a seller at 80. We'll see if there's actually a seller there, or if it's just a fake order. Okay, there's the seller. Got bought up immediately. I'm actually gonna get in here. No. Even bigger sell off. I really thought this would have bounced. Seeing that seller get bought up there. Really gonna sell off after that. Ah, brutal. I mean, that's a good point to add. But if this is really a topping tail into this, I don't think I can add here. That's absolutely nasty. So you go and you break through a hidden, well, not a hidden seller, but there was a seller at 180. I see on the level 2 it gets completely smashed. This is just brutal. It's a little tempting to add here at the high 150s, but this kind of like candlewick, I just can't really do that. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it there. I'm at 163. So we're 0-3 today, and looks like I dodged the next leg down too. Very, very rough day today. I mean, I'm only down 24, but yeah, this topping tail was the big red flag for me to not add. Dang it, I basically sold the top of this bounce too. I'm really getting punished for trying to engage it all here. Like a complete rollover. Very rough. Very rough day for me. Just like from a psychological standpoint. Been here for an hour, taken 3 trades, lost all 3. Psychologically, it messes with you a bit. I mean, it looked good. It looked strong. Be safe, Captain. It's okay to be red on the day, but not on the week. No, I don't even mind that. It's okay to be red on the week. You just need to make sure you're following your rules. That's the important thing. My mindset is if I see something worth trading, if it looks good, I'm okay with trading it. I don't care if I'm red or green on it. You're making so much money today by just not trading at all. Yeah, you really are. You really are. I'm still trying here. Like, I'm trying to engage. I mean, this... We're, like, really extending on low volume here, though. What's going on with IVP? It's like a 6-cent stock. I don't really care about it. I don't really touch stocks that are under $1, let alone a stock that's like 6 cents. Can't believe I sold at 63 here, and I'm like, man, what a terrible exit. It goes down more. Hmm. Holy crap. Actually, yeah, I'm actually going to start getting back in here. I might even add, this is a pretty big discrepancy. Yeah, that flush was on pretty low volume. Pretty nasty hammer down on it. If we return to these lows on low volume, I might add. Want a bit more, though. Yeah, I felt like adding at 39 wasn't right there. I needed to go lower. Dry December and a hot September. Yeah, September being hot was very weird. Volume coming into AZI. Yeah, I can see it's curling here. I'm in this right now, so I'm probably not going to trade AZI, though. Mostly just going to monitor this for a bounce. Yeah, 57 down to 35. It's quite a drop. Yeah, we're getting low volume on this break here. Looks moderately bullish. I feel confident holding. Yeah, look at AZI though. Very nice volume, as you pointed out. Yeah, so this did end up just kind of curling back up slowly here, right? We're back at this level. And yeah, good call on this. Getting this kind of volume, very significant. This actually might make a decent run here. It's higher than all of this volume. Shorted Vedic. Ooh, wow. Yeah, I didn't even see it on the scanners. It just kind of showed up and went away. Yeah, low volume pump too. No news. Yeah, the no news plus the low volume. Very sketchy. ACI, it looks like it kind of rolled over. Yeah, we're just seeing a really rough market to time. I might end up adding here to VBIX. See if we can get a bit more. Because we're seeing a strong bid here. Yeah, it instantly gets bought. Okay. Yeah. If we would have held it around like 130s or maybe 125, I would have added. Wasn't AMCI a runner Friday? If it is a prior catalyst. Yeah, okay, so it ran on Friday. Or on Monday. I mean, it might have run after hours too, but like... Yeah, so this might just be a continuation play then for this. VATE popping up a bit more. So flip-flop, you're saying there is news for this then? It's just not showing up for me? Director Hong Fei Zhang. Oh, well, Chinese, it sounds about right. Good morning, Tristan. Shows on Weibo from 4 days ago. Well, I mean, that's 4 days ago, though. I mean, unless they just started doing it today, which is also very possible. Today is really choppy, low volume on small caps. Yeah, that's what I'm noticing. I'm 0-2, and this third trade I'm in is roughly break even. Right, I was really expecting us to curl back over 150, or at least to 150. We couldn't even hit 150. We ended up going fake out leg lower. Right, I mean, this was a very low volume drop down. The volume looks high here, but on this initial drop, it was low. On this second leg down, it was also low. It ended up getting bought up, which is why the volume went up. Looks bullish to me. I didn't end up adding. I just have 100 shares, because it's a cheaper stock. It does have a bad daily chart. But yeah, if we ended up breaking down to like 120s... might be interested there. Yeah, it's just really low volume on vape. Don't trust it. AZI still selling off. VBIX, we've had two kind of breakdowns and bounces here. Great, you covered 59 cent, 69 cent profit. That's awesome, dude. Shorting feels like a nature's blessing. The one red flag that makes me not want to add here too is you've got the bad daily chart, a lot of downward pressure combined with the news catalyst could infer the price should drop. So those two things are making me iffy to add. The volume profile on this push down looks good. This has dropped down quite a lot on low volume. But that's about the only thing that I've really got going for me here. RZLV. Earnings. So this looks like a higher float, 200 million. Yeah. Yeah, this one looks like too high of a float. This one moves a lot slower. It's like a purely earnings play. Keep an eye on AMCI, it's kind of moving. Yeah, the volume on AMCI looked decent. Right, it's much higher than it's been. You caught the pop? Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Very interesting how this pop led into this flush, essentially. Right, we had this 1 minute curl, extremely high volume. We had a seller here, 180, that got broken. and then just a huge rug pull out of nowhere. Right? Just kind of straight down, then this sudden rug pull here. Yeah, this was like a 180. It looks strong into just complete failure. Level 2 still looks promising, right? We've got like a 20,000 share buyer on the bid. This could be just something that incrementally climbs back up. I'm genuinely surprised this went to 120s, considering it was at 180 less than 20 minutes ago. It's insane how much these things can range. Yeah, AMCI still looking really solid. Right, I know we've pulled back here, kind of consolidated, but again, just this volume profile looks excellent. Nothing like it the entire session. VBX looks like we got rugged again. Maybe. Yeah, volume 25,000. It's not insignificant. All right, and this stock has had a history of gapping down big. All right, 350 to 270, and just the entire way down to 2. Have you thought about considering to backtest your low volume dip buys or adding a few more components, nuances, variables to it? I've done a lot of thinking into it. I have backtested it. I've found some things that work. Yeah, like this one, as tempting it is as it is for me to want to add here, because it just looks like such a good opportunity to add. The issue is, like I said, the daily chart has problems, and the news catalysts could justify the price action. So, to me, even though the volume profile looks great, it's not an A+ quality setup. So for me, even though it looks like a good ad spot, I don't want to punch the add button here. I'm still okay holding. I'm okay holding this for a little bit. I'm actually only down 6 cents. But yeah, I don't feel confident adding. And it's frustrating too because I didn't time the bottom either, right? I got in at 140 during this pullback here, and it looked like a great entry at the time. I'm thinking, okay, we're going to curl up to 150s. We just didn't get that curl, and we got this sell-off. And it's been more recent that it's been doing this, where the price has been selling off and not recovering right away. We've seen it happen where the price recovers during market hours, which is very interesting. I'm wondering if that is something maybe I should investigate more. But no, you bring up valid points. It's always worth adapting, because like while my strategy had worked in the past, the reality is that the markets change and you got to adjust to them. So it could just be variance that my strategy doesn't work well within the last few days. There could be a general shift because we've had a couple instances now, a handful really, where we've seen this kind of just complete gradual sell-off and there's been no recovery, at least right away. So, I mean, yeah, there's always things to consider. I totally understand that perspective. VBIX is an Israeli stock. They behave like Chinese sometimes. Yeah. No, that's what I was saying about the daily. Like, the fact that this thing has been selling off like this, very weird that we gapped up here, too. Yeah. Very strange how this one's acted. There's certainly a history here. I would think your setup works fantastic on nano floats, i.e. less than 1.2 million. And of course, especially in a stronger market. Yeah, and it could just be the market too, right? Like you look at not just at this one that's kind of struggling to bounce, but just look at the stocks that have performed today, right? CIN, very nasty rug pull on this. ASNS, rug pull on this. So like it's not even that my strategy is failing, it's just everything's failing. So on the flip side, it might be wrong for me to be criticizing my strategy too much here, because if everything's failing, then it's not necessarily that my strategy sucks, right? Now if everything was holding up and it just so happened the stocks I were buying weren't doing well, then that would maybe be a bigger red flag. But yeah, I mean, regardless of what you think the answer is, it's always good to self-reflect. Ask yourself, is my strategy still working? And unfortunately with VBIX, the reality is that this isn't going to be a profitable trade. I'm mostly looking to take a smaller loss at this point because I just timed the bottom so poorly, right? I got in at 140 anticipating this bounce. Refused to add on the pullback because there were too many issues that made it semi-justified to be here. And yeah, now at this point, because I didn't time the bottom, me trying to curl, like the odds that this goes to 152 are not very high because that was what my price target was at. Realistically, at this point, just getting break even or maybe 139 is probably the best I'm gonna get. I blame the lead up to Christmas as the problems change. Okay. I mean, could be anything. Use a similar strategy to me, and you've noticed the past few days have been the red with good entries. Yep. Seems lately things can't hold up at all. Does feel that way. Right, we got RADX from yesterday. And I noticed this. So this one did great, right? Not complaining, this one did amazing. But everything else sucked yesterday. Like I only took one trade on RADX and I didn't touch anything else because they all had low volume, not the right flow. Just they all had issues. And today it feels like it was somehow worse. I mean, the next best thing we had really was probably AZI, which just kind of popped up and never really retested anything. We had this like slow grind back up, but that's like it. It's only the ultra high dollar volume ones that move. Yeah. I mean, this is still holding here, but I've certainly lost my conviction in this stock. Hmm. Yeah, AZI continuing lower here. So this might even be the backside. Yeah, AMCI definitely holding up nicely. Looking for market open as the gainers from the morning are all backside. Yeah, it does feel that way. I mean, ASNS is... I mean, I don't know what there is really to say about it. It just kind of pump and dumped. And it's just kind of like hovering at the lows. I wouldn't really say this is breaking out. Right, this is just kind of back to where it was. Nothing really to say beyond that. But yeah, we're at the half hour here. We'll see if we get any new news that comes out. I'll be honest, my expectations are very much diminished right now. If VBIX holds with lower volume, that might be one I could consider holding for a longer period here. Like I said, it seems like the pattern had been that stocks were recovering throughout the day. SRXH. Wow. Penny stock, but I mean, it made a pretty crazy, actually a very crazy move. What the heck? This was like 30 cents and it popped up to $1.80? That's crazy. Hmm. Yeah, I can't really touch this one. I mean, I know it was over $1, but... What was the news? Okay, another acquisition. Hmm. Do you reckon the lower volume today is general because of the unemployment numbers are expected today? Could be a factor, certainly. I'll be honest though, I feel like it's more likely it's just that we don't have any, there's no hot market sentiment right now. Market is very cold. I would attribute that more to the lack of volume. Right? There's just not really much hype. Even though we have things like RADX, you think about it, back during, what was it, September, we were having like 50%, 100% gappers daily, and we were having multiple of them. And like right now, we're just not seeing that. We're having like a 100 or 200% mover maybe once a week, which is fine. but it's certainly less than before. You think the market could be done for the day? Trading has been 1-2 leading gainers for the day lately. I mean, I don't know. I just think it's slower right now. We had the SMX squeeze and I thought we were going to heat back up, but it just doesn't really seem like we did that. We're having occasional big movers, but that's it. Yeah, I just don't think I trust this enough. I've already been getting burned left and right. I see LV kind of moving here. Yeah, this is what you guys were talking about earlier. Surprised it really moved this much, though. Wonder if there's more to it. Why stocks are doing this pattern, where they're selling off more than they pump. With no recovery. Right, because in the past, the stocks would sell off and they would recover within the next hour. And now we're seeing it where I've observed it a couple times. Maybe I'll hold this one today to see what it does. But I've observed it a couple times where I bailed out and then during the day, it actually fully recovered. I mean, I'm only down 12 cents. I'm not actually down that much, but gotta wonder. What is the failure rate? It's probably like 70% today, right? ASNS failed, CYN failed. AZI, that was on the backside. Did it fail or is it still holding? I mean, it's still kind of holding. It's maybe retraced 60, 70%. Somewhere around that. Probably 60% retracement. RADX did great initially. Was expecting today to be cold because it happened too early. So because RADX gave back the whole move, I was a little bit more skeptical, right? I mean, it gave back like the whole thing. Granted, it has been like slightly curling this whole time, but I just not seeing this hold well was pretty demotivating. Okay, right now you're wrong. SRXH might be the play. Yeah. It's got high volume. What is the float? Okay, Lightspeed just doesn't tell me. All right, so Thinkorswim is saying 27 million. I mean, to be fair, it was a 30-cent stock. Interestingly, we kind of pumped and then dumped on the daily, but this gap up we've done is way above. Right? Even now, we're like trading way up here. Yeah, that's what it's like to see a sub 1 million stock with high relative volume moving. Yeah. You know, it's a quiet day when Ross is only up 1K, only 1,000. Wow, that's rookie numbers. Seems like the theme is low floats regardless. Yeah, regardless of news. Yeah, the super micro floats seem to be doing really well. Yeah, I don't like getting an SRXH here. Just float's too high. I can't read the level too well. Yep. I'm mostly just going to sit on the sidelines with this one. I can't really get involved with it. With that float, it definitely won't move fast. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's rough. Like, I'm not saying it can't move. It's just there's the float is so high, spread was so thick. Like there was almost 100,000 shares on the ask at one point. And I mean, I still see 100,000 share buyer on the bid too. It keeps popping up. So like, I just can't really make heads or tails of it. You can't see yourself being consistently profitable on these $1 stocks, so I just leave them. Yeah. Yeah, statistically, I have a negative return when I trade sub $1 stocks, so I try to avoid it. Okay, added again. SRX short now averaged at 113. The grinders are really not my style, like the quick entries and exits. I don't mind holding longer, but like when the float is so high, it's like it really, you can't ever really count on it moving, you know? And we're coming up on that top of the hour here soon. 18 minutes. And if I'm being honest, I can't wish for it to come faster. Because like right now I'm 0-3. Really just wondering what the damage on the third trade's going to be. Like even with this, where it's at now, this is just crazy. We've seen no kind of recovery at all. It's sold off on light volume and then just kept going lower on super light volume. It's amazing. $300,000 share volume or seller on SRXH. But I mean, there's like a 200,000 share buyer too. So yeah, level 2, the spread is just super, super thick. Right? You're seeing multiple 100,000 on the bid and ask. Guess I'll give a quick shout out, selfless plug while I'm still here. If you're enjoying the stream, I do stream every day from 7 a.m. till 9 a.m. EST. So if you like what you see, subscribe for the journey with me. Unfortunately, today has just been a disaster, so can't really show off anything here today. Oh, good news. Yeah, you have 53 likes. I mean, hey, that's a crazy number of likes. That's awesome. At least something went good today. No, it happens. You can't win them all. And I mean, on a day like today, I will say, even though I'm 0-3 for today, the fact that I'm 0-3 on a day where a lot of things sold off makes me feel better. Got a quick play, 12 cents on SRXH, not bad. Hey, take what you can get in this market. It was a good stream. Small loss is a big win. Thanks, yeah. Big buyer on VBIX coming. Hopefully. Let's see. We'll throw out a nice little poll while we're waiting. CMND might be moving. Yeah, you see it too. Let's see. Yeah, so they had news at the 15 minutes mark. Like you like my style? It helps me stay green. I appreciate it. Yeah, I try not to hype things up too much. So super low flow, but terrible daily chart. Absolutely hammered the last month or two. Kind of a nothing burger catalyst. You saying you're red today because everyone is red reminds me of that time I had an STI. What? Everyone's probably in the same boat. Oh God. What am I even reading? I mean, maybe it's cope, right? But I'm just thinking logically, you know? If a lot of stocks are red today, and I'm red, then at least statistically, I haven't done anything catastrophically bad. You could argue maybe I shouldn't have traded today. Right? Yesterday was very slow. I only took one trade. So you could argue that maybe I should just have not traded. I think that seems rational. Your grain didn't take any trades. Yeah. Maybe I just gotta slow down. On paper, this looks good because the float's low. But considering how awful the daily looks, I suspect there's recent bag holders that want out for any pop. SRXH is back below $1. Good thing I left it. Yeah. Reverse split on CMND. I would believe it. Good volume on that breakout. Remember trading this a while back? Yeah, it looks like the kind of stock that would just keep reverse splitting. Yeah, I mean, it's nice we got some volume here on this breakout. 100,000 isn't bad. Well, good stuff. I mean, looks like the majority of people were green on the day, of the people that at least voted on the poll. So I'm happy to see that others are green at least. Not exactly sure on what. I mean, maybe AZI. That's probably the only decent setup I saw, but this one ended up rolling over. Looking at your 15-second chart, the highest volume is on a red doji. Yeah, I'm still iffy on this one just because of the daily. Seems to be pressured around the 315 level. Not majority. Well, I'm saying of the people that traded, right? So you're looking at the yes and no's. I'm not looking for the no trades. No, I'm just not counting them. Right? They're kind of their own kind of separate thing. You made money on AMCI and SRXH 118. Awesome. MCI Pop was the one Ross got 3K on. Oh, you had your short for 330, no fill. You lost 35 on VBIX? Yeah. Yeah, and even on this is kind of a nasty rug, right? I mean, this is a 50-cent drop. Took one trade on SRXH, entered at the dip at 87, exited around 107. And it started to come back down. Didn't expect it to go all the way to 145. Yeah, but I mean, you can't ever really predict that kind of stuff. That's like an anomaly level play, you know? It's kind of like the extreme. I mean, this thing's really just coming all the way back down. That would have been a nice bounce opportunity. This volume was a bit high, though. And given how things have been failing today, I'm a bit more hesitant to just jump on the first thing that rolls over. Honestly, doesn't it feel like sometimes the market watches you and bases its moves on how to best screw you out? Yeah. I mean, even this, it's just like, what kind of market are we just in? It feels like anybody just trying to go long. Like, this looks like a natural place to buy for a breakout. And it's just completely rolling over. Maybe I sound too negative right now, but it just feels like everything rolls over. Give more context, right? I was on a 10-day green streak. It felt like I was getting little base hits here and there, and just now, I'm just not really getting that consistency lately. Right? It feels like it's hit or miss if I'm green on the day or not lately. Joke's on you, market. I like being watched. Yeah, that's right. You show them. All right, we're coming up on the top of the hour. I'm not really expecting anything, but if we see something that looks good, I'm still willing to engage with it, but it's got to look good. Bro pulled a Palantir. Yeah. Same rules as normal. Give it 5 minutes, see if we get anything good that comes up on the scanners. If nothing comes up within 5 minutes, I'm gone. I am okay with holding the BIX, see if it has any resolution. I did not add to it. I just kept the regular size. I don't really trust it enough to add to it. If it ends up curling, then that'll be an interesting data point. If it rolls over, then that's just the cost of doing business. I mean, if we're honest, I mean, looking at the daily chart, this thing is gapped down. Like, historically, we had one gap down, but other than that, we haven't had any other major one in terms of a gap down. I don't know. This chart isn't as bad as I initially thought. It's still very weird. I'm more concerned about how, like, just when this price action was just chop into random spikes. ATON. Okay. Very, very poor daily chart on this one. Okay, announces historic strategic $30 million investment. Honestly, just considering how beaten up this is, I'd be inclined to say it could do something. It's got pretty good volume. But it is a $1 stock too. Higher volume on this pullback. Hmm. Okay, I'll buy here. Lower volume on this part of the breakdown. Not tradable in Thinkorswim. Sounds about right. Maybe that's part of why there's lower volume. People aren't able to trade these. I mean, I'll add here. Like this is low volume again. Right, this pullback, this entire pullback has been on lighter volume. I'm a little concerned about this candle being red, right? Pretty big volume on this pullback, but these two were very light. Okay, sold there. Sold half. I'm just going to sell the other half there. There's a big seller at 31. All right, so nice $19 hit there. Reduce some of my pain. I mean, it was logical. There was low volume on this breakdown. It broke down more, continued low volume. It was logical to do that. At least we're not, like, down every trade today. Our GT. This one just doesn't really have the volume. So I did sell on that breakout at 25. I wanted to hold for the break of 30, but when 30 broke, there was just a big seller at 31. I gave it a second, but just it didn't break. It's curling back. Anyone that hasn't hit the like button? I mean, at this point, there's no point, right? Like, the stream's about to end. If you haven't liked, you can, but we've basically gotten this out to everybody who's going to watch, so. But yeah, looking like a small to moderate red day, depending on where VBIX closes. Just a real quick shout out before I end the stream. So with VBIX, that loss combined with my current loss, I'm currently down about $17 on the day. So just a quick call out on that. And yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead and wrap this up here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Unfortunate how you hit the like button 3 times. Yeah. Unfortunate day today. Just really didn't get the momentum I was looking for. Hopefully tomorrow goes better. Maybe you should slow down a little. I mean, how many trades did I take today? I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I mean, 5 trades, maybe this market wasn't justified for 5 trades. I don't know. But you guys have a good rest of your day. I'm signing out.